Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have more of a serious subject to talk about. As the title suggests, restless leg syndrome. There's a lot of it, a lot of information on the internet, but they always say the same thing. Same old techniques to use, same idea, but nobody really knows what to do. I can't believe they don't have a cure or some way of figuring out what is wrong. They say it's neurological, but they don't, besides taking medications, they don't really know what to do about it. About 15% of the population suffers from it. What is restless leg syndrome? Well, it's the sensation and the feeling that you need to move your legs as you're laying in bed at night. Of course, it doesn't happen until nighttime, not really. You don't really feel any kind of restlessness until you're lying in bed and you're comfy and you're cozy and you're just about to drift off to sleep. Now for me, I've suffered from it for about 15 years. It's a long time to suffer. I have discovered what works for me, and I'm going to tell you what works for me. This isn't medical advice or anything. It's just the hunt to finally figure out what has worked and is a cure for me. Some of the cures or techniques to help resolve it are exercise, taking warm baths, what else do they say? Well, there's not a lot. There's not a lot out there. Medications, taking dopamine enhancing medications, things to do with like your mental health, like depression type drugs. I don't want to do any of that. There's no way I wanted to take any of that stuff. As soon as I talked to my doctor about it about 8 or 9 years ago, she wanted to put me on something, and I just don't want to take any medication. So if you're like me and you don't want to take anything, you want to do something like natural, then today's video is for you. So yeah, it started in my 40s, gradually got worse and worse and worse and worse, getting up several times in the night, you know, walking around. Actually, exercise really made it worse for me because I like to roller skate on the weekends with my husband. We still roller skate. Yeah, we roller skate, and if I do too much of that, too many times a week or whatever, if I go 2 nights in a row or something, I find it actually makes it worse. I was taking Tylenols or Advils. I was getting to the point where it'd be like 5 o'clock in the morning and I would finally take a Tylenol or an Advil. I don't want to do that. Of course, they say don't drink before bedtime, don't have any caffeine, sugar. But of course, you know, that's hard to follow. People just live a real life, you know? Okay. So it's debilitating. I mean, you're exhausted. I have had nights and nights of just being exhausted, and you know, you just can't cope the next day. You just can't function. It's just like, what are we gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? It's just crazy. And it got worse as I've gotten older. Of course, I do have some bad habits. I do like to have a glass of wine or two, so I do cut that out now. But if I'm out, you know, and there's a Christmas party or something, I mean, you know, it's gonna happen. So I want to show you a lotion that I use. This is one of my so-called cures. This is what really helps me. I was not sent this by a company or anything. This company has a factory, big warehouse with billions of products here near where I live in Canada, and I've been rubbing this on my legs. and it really works for me. Now, this is not the main component that I'm going to show you that I use, but this Kalea lotion is a godsend. This is a cooling pain reliever, so it's kind of like A535 or icy hot, icy cold, whatever it's called. This is great. This is really, really, really great. This company makes shampoos, salves, lip balms, body lotions, shampoos, everything. I highly recommend. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. If you're suffering, this is really great. It's really, really, really effective. Now, the thing is, you don't always want to rub this all over your legs, especially if you get up in the middle of the night and you come back to bed and you've got this all over your legs. Because first of all, it has a bit of a scent to it. And second of all, well, your legs are wet, right? You've got like a lotiony type thing on, and you don't want to crawl into bed every night and have that lotion all over. It's going to get all over your sheets and everything. And it's quite a scent. I like it. I don't mind it. Like if you go get, therapy done, you go to your chiropractor and they use it, or massage therapy. But now you got to wash your sheets and put new sheets on because, it smells now. And you're just going to lay there thinking, I don't want to move around because I don't want to wipe it off. And yeah, it's just kind of smelly. So I use that as kind of a last resort. I'm really glad that I discovered it. I'm really glad that that's available. I have tried A535, which smells even stronger. And icy hot and those things. But again, we're talking about you're having the same scent type thing, and your sheets are going to smell for days if you don't change them. And what are you going to do every night? Do you have like 5 sets of sheets? Some people do it. I don't want to change the bed every single night of the week. So I discovered, quite by accident, something that is the cure for me. It might work for you. The absolute cure for me. Now you can go out, you can go through your doctor, you can go through a pharmacist, you can go through a massage therapist, and you can spend $250 on this item or more because they charge that much. I found mine in the aisle at Winners, and they're there all the time. You can also go to a local pharmacy in Canada here and find them, and you'll probably, I think I spent about $20. Shocking. And they are just as good, maybe not as well made as the $250 ones. Pretty damn close. Works for me, and I want to help you. Are you ready? Without any further ado, here they are. This is a compression stocking. It's a big, long pair of socks. Huge. They're long. They're big. They come in many colors. And you think to yourself, oh, come on. Old people wear those in nursing homes. This is true. When I worked in a local retirement home, I was putting them on old ladies every morning when they were getting out of bed. And those expensive ones are a beggar to put on. You have to be really careful. You can't have any nails. You don't want to snag them. They're pricey. It's a lot of work. I mean, seriously, really a lot of work to put on. These are tight like a sock, but a little bit tighter than a regular sock. You could go out and buy a pair of socks that are too small for you. And as long as they come up around past your ankles to your mid-calf, I suppose that would work too. But I bought these at Winners while I was waiting in line. And the reason I bought them was because we were going away on a trip. I can't remember where the trip was, but we were going away, and I read that you should wear compression stockings on a long trip, you know, on a plane, so that you don't get blood clots in your legs. So that's why I bought them. I didn't even buy them for this restless leg thing. However, after being frustrated and up all night, one night, like especially bad night, I just thought to myself, I need to put on a pair of socks because my feet are cold. I wonder if tight socks would fix my problem. And I put on a pair of tennis-like socks, like sports socks, and they were tight. I knew they were tight. I didn't like to wear them when they were so tight during the day. And I put those on. And then I was lying in bed and I was like, hey, I've got a pair of compression stockings for flights. I need to try those. So I put those on that night and I went to sleep. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I can't tell you. After 15 years of suffering, I can't tell you how excited I was. There's nowhere on the internet where they talk about compression stockings, I don't think. I mean, I haven't found them to alleviate the restless leg syndrome. I highly, highly recommend either the Kalea cream or these compression stockings if you're suffering. You don't have to suffer anymore. You wouldn't believe it. The change is incredible. I don't know what it is, but my God, I'm telling you it's night and day. So that's my story today. If you like this story and you want to follow along for more videos like this, my lifestyle muse type videos, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified every time I have a new video. And I'm going to talk about things that are real to me, my experiences, and hopefully they're going to help you because we're all one community, right? And we all want to help each other and pass along good ideas. And this one is especially, it's especially important. I think more and more people are suffering. You don't have to take any drugs. You don't have to take any antidepressants. You don't have to take any like dopamine blockers. You don't have to take, because those are so bad for you. All those drugs and that, right? It's just, it's not a cure at all. And then you have a whole other host of side effects because you're taking all of that. So you don't have to suffer. My 15 years of suffering has brought the cure. I hope it works for you. I hope that you don't have to go through what I have been going through. So until next time, have a lovely day and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.